So how was I influenced to buy this bag? Welcome to my channel, I'm Dani and I'm so excited for today's unboxing because it is my very first Celine purchase. So as per usual, let me show you the listing so that we can both anticipate together what's in this box. And then of course after that, I'll take you through close-ups, I'll give you the measurements, I will give you some mod shots, the story time as well as the price. And yes, this is another purchase from Vestiaire Collective and here's the listing right here to whet your appetite. Yes, it is a Celine Edge bag and she's in this triple colorway where there's this purpley pink on the front, there's yellowish on the side and a dark maroon at the top of the bag as well as on the handles. The seller has listed her in fair condition. The top of the bag is slightly deformed and there's some marks on the leather and dirt on the orange part of the bag. Oh, there is a dust bag. Okay, so the dust bag is like in a canvasy material. Oh, ready? Oh, wow. Wow. This bag is so much better than what I saw in the pictures. I haven't got a tape measure at the moment, so I'm going to put that up on screen. It looks so much better in person than in the pictures, I have to say. Okay, so first let me take you through the bag. So here's the front of the bag. There's a zipper pull that spans the entire length of the bag and it curls round as well. That's the side of the bag. It's got this triangular shape, so it's got a wider base and it tapers towards the top. On the back of the bag, the shoulder strap rests over here and there is a back pocket with a button closure. On the bottom, there are 4 feet and on the front it says Celine. Now on the inside there is a zipper pocket up here and 2 slip pockets up the back there. So in terms of the condition of the bag, I feel like superficially with regards to the leather, I think that's okay. There are some superficial scratches and when I tell you how much I paid for this bag, you'd understand why I don't really mind this wear and tear. In terms of corner wear, there is just some corner wear on the back of the orange bit of leather where some of it has chipped off. Structurally there are some issues, so the seller mentioned that the top of the bag is deformed and I can tell that this is where she's gone and picked up the bag on a regular basis. I know because I've done that to some of my other bags as well and it's got the same deformity. In terms of some structural issues, I think they're from her storing it inappropriately. The back of the bag is depressed and I think that's potentially because she might have stored the bag on a surface that's smaller and it's caused these indents. I guess it could happen from carrying heavy things as well. On the side you can see that the structure is slightly lost. Yeah, so it's worse on this side than it is on this side. That's collapsed a little bit. So this is the first time I've ever come close to a Celine bag. I've gone into Celine shops before but I've never really felt their bags. I've never really been interested in their bags. In terms of the quality, I am so impressed. The leather is so substantial. It feels really thick and heavy duty, so although this looks smooth, it feels really thick. It's empty at the moment, it's not that heavy, but like this feels like a good bag. So in terms of how much I paid for this bag, I paid 342 Australian dollars for this and that includes the price of the bag, Vestiaire Collective authentication, delivery as well as taxes and duties. So I think for what I'm looking at, I think I've got a real bargain. There is a slight mildewy odor, so I'm probably going to have to clean it. And she talks about these stains on the side, but yeah, they're not that obvious. They look like watermarks, to be honest. So this item came from Hong Kong and the seller said that she purchased this item in 2016. I actually had no idea that this bag existed because back then I was really much more conservative with my luxury shopping. I was into like Louis Vuitton mostly. So as I said before in my intro, I was influenced to buy this bag and I was influenced by not one but 2 people. The first person is Julie from Asian Bag Reviews and she's got an amazing YouTube channel. So if you don't already watch her channel, I've linked her in the description box below. Definitely go and check her out. And Julie was the first person who introduced me to this bag. She purchased her bag from Fashion File. And because I asked her, she was so kind to use the bag as soon as she got it and to do a review of the bag really quickly and post it up on YouTube. I feel so privileged. Thank you so much, Julie. And of course, I've linked that review in the description box below as well. So Julie gave the Celine Edge a glowing review and that's why I was influenced to buy it. Now, I've been purchasing some mini as well as some micro bags and I've been looking to add some larger bags into my collection because let's face it, they're just more functional. And also I find a larger bag makes much more of a statement because it's essentially so much more visible. In any case, I've said before on my channel that I usually don't like spending too much on larger bags because I find that they deform quite easily. They tend to get in the way and we tend to bump the corners, and therefore they're more prone to corner wear. And because they're larger, we also tend to put more things into them, which will cause the bag to deform again. And when they're larger, they're also heavier, and just like this bag has experienced, when you store them and you don't really use them, they tend to change shape because of their weight in general. Gravity takes over and they tend to sag a little bit or change structure. Larger bags are also more prone to stains because we can't protect it as much, we can't block it with our body, and there's just a larger surface for things to get in touch with. So of course the pre-loved market was a sensible way to go. Now the Celine Edge I think is no longer being made by Celine, and I was particularly interested in this bag because, you know, I could carry it on my shoulder and it's a short shoulder carry. One of my pet peeves is a large bag that's quite heavy that is dangling so far down, like even close to my waist, because it feels really heavy and really pendulous. So I like that it had a really short shoulder strap. I also like that it has a really big zipper opening to access the bag. And the other thing I really like about this bag is I think Hermes has copied this design. And you know I'm Hermes obsessed at the moment. Now if you missed this video over here, it was my collaboration with Life with Loki, and that's when we had a look at some bags from the Hermes Fall Winter 2022 collection. And this bag over here is one of their new designs. Now don't tell me that bag doesn't look like the Celine Edge. The silhouette is similar. It's got a top handle and it's got this zip that runs across the top of the bag and curves around too. Now if you missed that video and Loki's video, I've linked them both in the description box below. Now there were other Celine Edge bags on Vestiaire Collective, but it was particularly this one that stole my heart. And this leads me to revealing who the second person is who influenced me to buy this bag, and it is none other than Loki herself. Loki has this beautiful tricolor Hermes Kelly, and my jaw dropped when she unboxed it. And how similar is this colorway to her Kelly? So this bag for me, in terms of size, layout, design, colorway, price point, and quality, oh my gosh, it just ticks all the boxes. So I'm so happy to have gotten her. I actually watched her for the longest time on Vestiaire Collective, and I finally decided just to pull the trigger and negotiate with the seller and got a really good price. I can really imagine taking this bag on travels with me. Now usually what I do is when I'm looking at a bag and considering whether I'd buy it or not, I have to imagine it under the plane seat in front of me. And if I'm comfortable doing that, then I feel like yes, I can purchase the bag, because honestly, I do have enough bags that I just leave my cupboard to admire and use once in a while. Now let me just quickly address the fact that I actually should be on Van Island and it is an epic fail. I actually have a few more things coming in the mail, but I'm really hoping that that will be it for a while. To watch next, I recommend this really exciting unboxing, and this is when I bought my Chanel Square Mini in caviar charcoal leather with ruthenium hardware. It was a real unicorn bag. I was so pleased to buy it, so go ahead and click over here.